You wake up, but getting up feels totally impossible. The ceiling stares back, and you stare right back. This is not laziness. This is something much deeper. This is depression, and millions of people feel this way. Today, we're going to talk about escaping it. Not with magic, but with real psychology and science. So stay with me, because this one actually matters. Depression is not just sadness. That is a myth. It is a full neurological storm happening inside your brain. Your prefrontal cortex, the decision-making part, starts shutting down. That is why you cannot choose to just be happy. Your amygdala, the fear center, becomes dangerously overactive instead. It floods your system with dread, shame, and hopelessness constantly. Meanwhile, your hippocampus, responsible for memory, literally begins to shrink. Research from Yale University confirmed this with brain imaging studies. Your brain also stops producing enough serotonin and dopamine chemicals. These are the chemicals that make life feel worth living. So depression is not weakness. It is brain chemistry shifting. Understanding that is the first real step toward escaping it. Here's the cruel trick that depression always plays on you. It tells you to rest, isolate, and avoid everything outside. And when you listen, the depression only grows even stronger. This is what psychologists call behavioral activation in reverse mode. The less you do, the worse your mood becomes gradually. The worse your mood, the less you feel like doing. It becomes a loop, a psychological trap with no exit. But the exit exists, and science has clearly mapped it out. Behavioral activation therapy, or BAT, was tested in major studies. It showed that action comes before motivation, not the other way. You do not wait to feel good before you move. You move first, and then the feeling slowly follows you. Start small, impossibly small if that is what it takes. Walk to your window, open it, breathe the outside air. These micro actions send signals to your brain. Life is still here. And your brain, slowly, reluctantly, begins to believe you again. Depression is also a master storyteller, and the stories are lies. Psychologist Aaron Beck called these stories cognitive distortions back in 1976. They sound like truth, but they're twisted, broken narratives. Nobody cares about me. That's called mind-reading distortion. Everything always goes wrong for me. That's overgeneralization. I am worthless and I always will be. That's catastrophizing. These thoughts feel real because depression delivers them with full conviction. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, teaches you to challenge these thoughts. You write them down. You ask, what is the actual evidence? You replace I always fail with I failed this specific time. That shift from global to specific is neurologically powerful and healing. Studies show CBT changes the brain's physical structure over consistent time. It rebuilds those prefrontal pathways that depression had slowly been erasing. This is not just talk therapy. This is brain rewiring work. Depression whispers, you are a burden, so stay away from people. Don't listen. This whisper is the most dangerous one. Human connection is not optional for recovery. It is the foundation. A 2020 Harvard study tracked people over 80 years of life. The single biggest predictor of happiness and health was close relationships. Not money, not achievement, not success, but people who truly know you. When you share pain with a trusted person, cortisol drops measurably. Your nervous system calms. Your body stops treating the world as war. Even a 10-minute honest conversation can shift your brain state significantly. You don't need to explain everything. You don't need to perform. Just say, I'm not okay right now and I need company. That sentence, said out loud, is an act of radical courage. Exercise is the most underused antidepressant that exists on this planet. A landmark Duke University study compared exercise to antidepressant medication directly. Both groups improved, but the exercise group had lower relapse rates. Physical movement increases BDNF, brain-derived neurotropic factor in your system. Think of BDNF as fertilizer for the neurons inside your brain. It literally helps your brain grow new, healthier connections over time. You don't need a gem. You don't need a plan. 20 minutes of walking in natural sunlight is enough to begin. The sunlight regulates your circadian rhythm and boosts serotonin production naturally. Your body and your mind are not separate. They heal together. The hardest part of escaping depression is being kind to yourself. Psychologist Kristen Neff spent her career studying self-compassion and its effects. Her research found that self-criticism makes depression significantly worse, not better. Telling yourself, get it together, while you're depressed is like yelling at a person with a broken leg to just run faster. The cruelty doesn't heal, it only deepens the wound. Self-compassion means saying, I am struggling and that's okay right now. It means treating yourself with the patience you'd offer a good friend. This is not weakness, it is the psychology of genuine resilience. Depression lies. It tells you this is permanent. It's not. It tells you nobody understands, but millions are right here with you. The brain that depression dimmed is the same brain that can heal. Every small step you take is a vote against the darkness. Every breath, every open window, every honest conversation, they all count. You don't have to escape depression in a single day. You just have to take the next small step, then another. And if nobody has told you today, you are worth fighting for. This is Aeon, and I'll see you in the next one.